Hi guys, I'm Michelle. I'm an exercise and sports scientist from Australia. Today I'm going to be taking you through a little bit of work with our ankles. So we're going to chat about ankle mobility and stability and keeping those ankles nice and healthy and injury-free for your cheerleading season. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go through is called the knee to wall test. So this is an indicator of our ankle range and mobility in flexion. So when we're bending, this is important for landing jumps, landing tumbling skills, and it's just going to help us know if there's something we need to work on there. So to do our knee to wall test, you can do this standing or kneeling. You're going to have your toe up against the wall. Now I've got a skirting board here, which means my wall is actually further away from my foot. So ideally you want a wall that goes straight down. We're going to tap our knee to the wall. If you can do that easily, move that foot back, try again. Now you're going to keep going until you get to a point where you can't keep your heel on the ground. So if you could fit a little piece of paper under there, or if you can just feel your heel lifting a little bit, that's as far as you're going to go. We're going to measure there the distance between our toe and the wall. And a nice easy way to do that is just using a fist. So we want to be able to fit at least one fist in that distance. That's a great aim. If you can't get there, then that's something really awesome to work towards. But more important is whether our legs are even. So if one leg has more or less range than the other, that's actually more of a risk than not necessarily having that fist distance there. The next little test we're going to do is about the strength and stability of our ankles. And this is the single leg calf raise test. So you can use a wall just lightly with our fingers there. We don't want to be placing too much weight on it. It's just for a little bit of balance. Coming onto one leg, we're going to come up into a calf raise all the way up and all the way back down to tap your heel. Now these are going to be 1 per second. So we go up, 1, down, 2, up, 3, down, 4. Your goal is to be able to do 25 on each leg without stopping and without only being able to go part way up. We want to go all the way up, all the way down, and control it on the way down as well. This is going to be a really great indicator of your calf strength, which is going to keep our ankles injury-free. So before we get into improving the mobility and stability that we just tested, I'm going to show you guys how we want to properly warm up our ankles before we jump into classes. So we want to have one foot with the heel lifted and planting that toe down nice and heavy into the ground. You're going to draw circles around. The whole time we're pushing down into that toe, pushing all the way through your range. And by pushing down, this becomes an active stretch. We're not just holding a calf stretch. We're moving through all of our range, getting blood flowing to that ankle, getting that joint nice and moving, nice and warm, so that it can do its best job to keep us injury-free throughout training. So now that we've tested our ankle mobility and strength, we're going to show you how to work on both of those things. So first thing is looking at improving our ankle range. You can use a foam roller, a little ball or other massage tool, or even just a solid water bottle. We're going to use that to do some release through our calf muscle down here. So you want to find a hard surface. The floor is great. Just going to pop our calf on there and just roll back and forth. Now you can also flex and point through that ankle. You can roll side to side. We're looking for any spots that are particularly tight or a little bit sore. We don't want this to be painful, but we do want it to be a little bit uncomfortable. Now while you're doing this, you are trying to relax that muscle that you're releasing. It's like giving it a massage. So nice deep breaths will help that muscle relax, help you get a little bit longer through there. Once you've released it, you might spend between 1 to 3 minutes on each side. We want to stretch that muscle out a little bit longer. So when we're doing any release work, it only lasts for between 20 to 30 minutes. So to stretch that out, we're going to cement the extra range we just gained. So a great stretch for our calves is to cross one foot just on top of the other. And this is the leg that we're stretching. We're going to bend forward here. And this is called the true dorsiflexion test. So we can't cheat by rolling in and having our knee roll in, which will give us some extra range. By locking that toe up, when we come into it, you're fully testing your dorsiflexion. You're not just testing whether your arch is collapsing. So now that we've got extra range through our ankle, we've released all of that and stretched it out. We want to make sure that those ankles are nice and strong and stable. So we're preventing any sprains, rolls, or other little injuries that are going to happen throughout your season, especially when we're tumbling. So working on our ankle stability, the first one we're going to do is just standing on one leg, keeping our hips nice and even. And if that one's easy for you, if you're not wobbling around too much there, you're going to close your eyes and try to balance there. Now this is going to work what we call the proprioceptors in your muscles, which are just all the little stabilizers that tell your brain, oh, that's moving, I need to adjust. So by closing our eyes, it's going to get those proprioceptors working really well and just get them practicing stabilizing. So when we do maybe have a little trip or a little fall or don't land our tumbling pass quite right, all those little stabilizer muscles are really well connected to our proprioceptor nerves, and they can lock in and keep that ankle nice and stable. So balancing is a really great way to improve our ankle stability. Our next way we can improve our ankle strength is just doing our calf raises like we were testing before. So if you couldn't make it to at least 25 on each leg, you're going to train them in blocks. Now, we want to work up to it. So if you could only get 10, you can do 10 on the other leg, come back and do your next 10 on the other leg, and repeat that until you've done at least 25, 30, or 40 on each leg. So breaking it up into blocks of 10. Once you have your 25 on each leg, I'm going to show you some other different variations you can do to keep working on that ankle stability. So once we've trained our calf raises, we want to work on making our ankles even more bulletproof. We're going to train our calf raises with a TheraBand or any other type of resistance band. You're going to tie this to something solid, might be the leg of your bed. If you've got a nice heavy dining table, then you're going to bring it around your ankle. Now you can train it both ways. You can have it on the outside of your ankle pulling you in, or the inside of your ankle pulling you out. Now the most common ankle sprain that occurs is our ankles rolling out. So the band is going to be pulling us in that direction, and we're going to be resisting. If you're still working on your single leg strength, you can do this one with 2 legs at a time, rising up and down. If that one's too easy, you come onto one leg, that band is pulling you out, you're not going to let it. You're going to try and stay nice and stable as you come up and down. Nice and controlled, that band is pulling your ankle out, you're resisting against it to keep that ankle nice and straight all the way through. Our next ankle strength exercise, we're going to be using a weight. Could be a kettlebell, a dumbbell, or even just a heavy drink bottle. Maybe your nice big bottle of milk or juice in the fridge. So we're going to hold that off to one side as we do our calf raises here. It's pulling us off center and our ankle is stabilizing. It's going to be harder on the outside of that leg for most of you, but we do want to train both sides. So do half your reps in one hand, half your reps in the other hand, and then change ankles and do the same again. Thanks for joining me today, guys, to chat all about ankles. I hope you get back to cheer soon. You have a great injury-free and successful season. If you guys want to learn more about injury prevention, moving well and staying strong, head on over to the Science of Fierce